General Hospital spoilers tease that, to be exact, the crazy story surrounding Sonny's health is not just a brewing storm within his family but has spread into a chaotic wave that threatens the fragile order in Port Charles. What started as a seemingly private heart checkup in Los Angeles now has Sonny at the center of gossip, dangerous assumptions, and, most frightening of all, a string of revenge plots being devised behind his back by those who are always waiting for an opportunity to strike. For a man like Sonny, even the smallest crack in his invincible image is enough for enemies to recognize that this is the perfect time to attack. And now, with the news of a tumor in his heart, or the serious health warning signs beginning to circulate, things are going much further than anyone ever imagined. Kristina, unwittingly, was the one who set off this chain of chaos. When she shared her father's health condition with Lucky Spencer, someone she trusted like family, she didn't foresee the weight of that information in a town where every whisper can become a weapon. Kristina was simply a daughter concerned for her father, seeking comfort from someone close to her. But the truth is, Port Charles never allows secrets to stay hidden for long, especially not strategic ones like this. The biggest shock for Kristina is not that Sonny is sick, but how quickly that information got out of control. New signs of Sonny's weakening health are starting to show: prolonged fatigue, unusual outbursts, private meetings with Dr. Isaiah, and panicked reactions whenever his health is questioned. Things that Sonny could once hide with pride are now becoming burdens he can no longer control. Amidst this turmoil, Kristina begins to feel isolated. She can't tell Sonny she's the one who revealed the information. She doesn't know who to trust because everyone around her seems to be hiding secrets of their own. Ava avoids questions, Nina appears unnervingly calm as if preparing for a major game, and Liz and Laura, who may have overheard the news from Lucky, also have their own concerns and could make unexpected decisions. Kristina feels like she's standing between two worlds. One side is loyalty to her father, the other is the worry about everything that's unraveled because of one accidental slip of the tongue. Meanwhile, Jason, who has always acted for the safety of the family, begins to suspect something is off. He sees instability not only in Sonny's health but also in the way people are handling the information. The more he investigates, the more he feels that someone is intentionally using this situation to weaken Sonny. Old enemies, unresolved ties to underground organizations, and even Jack Brennan, the WSB director, might all have every reason to bring Sonny down once and for all. And as Kristina realizes she has inadvertently opened the door to all of this, she desperately starts searching for an ally. She needs someone to help her fix the mistake, protect Sonny, and hold the family together. But the more she searches, the more Kristina realizes, what she's dealing with is no longer a personal issue, but a battlefield where every move must be calculated. And if she's not careful, the next shock won't just be the town knowing Sonny is sick, but that Sonny will lose everything before he ever has a chance to regain control. The story is escalating because Sonny's health situation is no longer just about one man, it's the key to determining the fate of many others. And Kristina, with all her love for her father, now faces the heaviest responsibility of her life: keep that secret safe, or watch it be used as a double-edged sword to sever everything she's been trying to protect. Kristina is beginning to realize one of the more dangerous new traits forming around her, a quiet but profound change linked to the increasingly shady and unstable actions of Sidwell. What initially seemed like disconnected pieces are now starting to fit together, and Kristina begins to feel that a dark, threatening story is unfolding right before her eyes, a story she can no longer ignore, especially when the person being threatened is her father, Sonny. At first, Kristina only saw Sidwell as an outsider, a wealthy man seemingly trying to elbow his way into Port Charles's business scene, but now everything is different. Every move he makes, every quiet step, every cold glance, seems to carry a hidden message. Sidwell is not here just for business. He's here with a clear, strategic goal, and he is not alone. Now, as news of Sonny's health begins to spread, Kristina starts to feel that Sidwell has been waiting for this moment all along. She can clearly see the subtle adjustments in the way he presents himself to the public, how he's approaching people close to the Corinthos family, and how he's watching Sonny as though evaluating the level of threat, or opportunity, to act. Kristina is no longer the naive girl who only saw things through an emotional lens. She's growing, and her instincts are telling her that Sidwell is dangerous, someone who doesn't need guns or knives, but information, psychology, and manipulation to get what he wants. What's even more frightening is the growing obsession in Kristina's mind, not just about what Sidwell will do, but about whether she herself has unknowingly opened the door for him. She remembers telling Lucky about Sonny's illness, and from there, the chain of events started to explode. She wonders if that information could have reached the ears of people like Sidwell, those waiting for the slightest crack to strike. That obsession only grows as Kristina sees the people around her start to change. Ava becomes more tight-lipped. Portia avoids questions about medical decisions. Jason, though calm, is clearly more cautious than usual. And Sonny himself, while trying to appear strong, is slowly weakening both physically and mentally. Kristina can see the darkness closing in on her father, and she knows that if she doesn't act, if she doesn't warn him, things could get worse, faster than she realizes. The truth is, Sidwell isn't just an enemy. He's the embodiment of a new force, sophisticated, cold, and unforgiving. And while everyone else is still trying to deny the threat, Kristina is the first to sense the undercurrent rising beneath the surface. She's not just scared for her father, but terrified that she has inadvertently become the link leading the enemy closer. As the days pass, the obsession in Kristina grows. It's not a vague fear, but a clear sense that something terrible is approaching, and once it starts, no one will be able to stop it. And when it does, every action, every word, every decision from the past will be turned over, including what Kristina did with all her innocence and trust. Kristina is changing, not slowly, but through a dramatic, profound, and more dangerous transformation than ever before. Once, she was the woman who lived by her heart, ideals, believing in love, forgiveness, and the path of peace. But now, with her father, Sonny, threatened from every side, especially by Sidwell's increasingly ominous presence, Kristina has no choice but to enter a world she once avoided, the darkness. She not only wants to protect her father from a death that could come from a sophisticated plot, but she also wants to protect everything Sonny has built, from the family, the legacy, to his reputation in the underworld. This is not just a daughter's love for her father, it's a silent vow. If the enemy wants to wipe Sonny out, they'll have to go through Kristina first. And if that means Kristina has to become tough, cold, even ruthless, then she will. The new traits in Kristina are becoming more apparent. She's more tight-lipped, starting to distance herself from those once close to her to protect the secret, while digging deeper into the threat Sidwell poses. This change is making those around her begin to worry, not because Kristina is losing control, but because she's controlling everything too well, in a way no one has ever seen before. A new shock is about to explode as Kristina, alongside Lucky Spencer, once the listener to her heart, now her key ally, prepares to confront Sidwell head-on. Lucky, with his experience, wisdom, and unwavering loyalty to what's right, knows that this battle is no longer just Sonny's fight. It's a fight for the truth, survival, and justice, in a way Port Charles has never witnessed. Kristina and Lucky, two people who seem completely opposite, are now becoming a strategic pair. She brings youthful determination and a fierce desire to protect her family at all costs, while he brings calm, tactics, and the vision of someone who's lived through the darkest moments. They won't ask for anyone's permission, nor wait for an official investigation. They'll do things their way, fast, quietly, and if necessary, strike back using what Sidwell understands best, darkness. Port Charles is about to witness a new underground war, where those who thought they had the victory in their hands, like Sidwell, will have to face a completely different version of Kristina. She is no longer the gentle girl who lived by ideals. Kristina is now Sonny's spiritual heir, a warrior ready to pay any price, ready to lose her last shred of innocence if it means saving her family. And when that shock hits, when Kristina and Lucky's actions start to make waves and overturn the forces behind Sidwell, Port Charles will understand that a new wave is coming, not just to resist, but to change the entire game. Lucky is facing a major turning point, not only to reaffirm his position in Port Charles, but also to prove to himself that he is no longer the man who once turned his back on responsibility and ran away from past pains. Returning amidst a storm of chaos, with Sonny struggling with a mysterious heart disease, Kristina anxiously seeking support, and Sidwell secretly preparing an underground war, Lucky understands that he can no longer remain silent. An opportunity is coming, and if he doesn't act now, everything will shatter beyond repair. Lucky had once been a hero, an upright cop, a son, a brother, and an idealistic lover. But time, distance, and loss had caused him to step back and stand on the periphery of life in Port Charles. Now, with everything spiraling out of control and darkening, Lucky is no longer a man of doubt. He returns with a will forged over the years, with deep experience, and with an unshakable determination, to protect the people he loves, and restore the honor he once let slip away. One of the new characteristics in Lucky, which surprises those around him, is his strong initiative in every action. He is no longer just someone who is given a task, now he is the one who maps out strategies, sets goals, and is ready to bear the consequences when necessary. Lucky is acting like a true leader, quietly, wisely, but decisively. He knows that to fight against Sidwell, a player in the shadows with a vast power network and unpredictable financial resources, he can't rely just on reason and justice. He must play by his rules, and defeat him on his own turf. Lucky's growth is not just in his ability to fight, but in his inner balance. He is no longer the hot-headed boy easily swayed by emotions. Now, he can stay calm under pressure, see through people's true nature, and spot hidden dangers from afar. This is what helped him quickly realize that Sidwell is not just a crafty businessman, but someone willing to exploit others' weaknesses, with Sonny at the top of the list. When the news of Sonny's health starts to leak, Lucky doesn't need anyone to tell him that this is a premeditated plan. Unexpected meetings, fast-spreading rumors, and the timely appearance of former hidden enemies, these are all signs showing that Port Charles is being drawn into a world where survival doesn't depend on strength, but on being smart and willing to go the farthest. And this time, Lucky won't let himself be left behind. What makes this shock even greater is when Lucky decides to ally with Kristina, the young girl who is slowly waking up from her mistakes. Kristina, with a heart full of passion and unconditional loyalty to her father, needs someone who can guide her, help her turn fear into action. And Lucky is that person. He not only protects her, but also helps her grow, teaching her that darkness cannot be defeated by emotions, but by strategy, preparation, and courage in the face of the unknown. Kristina and Lucky, now, are no longer just two individuals entering a fight. They represent two generations, one carrying the legacy of past battles, and the other carrying the desire to build a future. And they are ready to confront Sidwell with everything they've got. A new battle is being shaped, not loud, but full of danger. And in the midst of it all, Lucky, who once symbolized justice, is rewriting his role with decisive, wise, and uncompromising actions. Port Charles is no longer a safe place. But this time, it has a Lucky who no longer hesitates, no longer remains a shadow of the past, but a man stepping out of the darkness, ready to face any force to prove that he is still here, and he will fight, not for glory, but for the things that cannot be lost. Kristina is entering the darkest phase of her life, a time when the boundary between acting out of love and ruthlessness for power is slowly being blurred. The rapid upheaval over Sonny's health, Sidwell's appearance, and the covert attacks targeting the Corinthos family have transformed Kristina from the emotional and vulnerable girl she once was. Now, she carries a new kind of pressure, a fierce weight created by anger, pain, and the fear of losing everything. And this pressure is becoming the spark for a series of actions that far exceed anyone's expectations of what Kristina could do. Kristina no longer waits for help from others. She no longer believes that justice will come if she keeps stepping back. Instead, she is taking matters into her own hands. The new adjustments in Kristina's psychology and behavior show that she is stepping into a dangerous territory, where emotions are controlled by the obsession of protecting her family to an extreme degree. And once she decides to step into the darkness, no consequences scare her anymore. The biggest shock comes when Kristina secretly carries out actions hidden behind the guise of loyalty and protection. Sudden deaths start to appear around Sidwell, a trusted henchman vanishes without a trace, a partner has an accident just as they're about to release important documents, and a neutral figure is suddenly poisoned at a private party. There's no clear evidence yet, but all signs point to an unbelievable possibility. Kristina is committing crimes to protect Sonny. She tells no one, leaves no trace, but those who are perceptive, like Jason, like Lucky, begin to notice that something is off. Kristina becomes mysterious, quiet, frequently disappearing without explanation, and, most notably, no longer showing signs of pain or worry as she did before. Instead, she is cold, ready to face anyone who doubts her, and unafraid to justify her actions with sharp reasoning about loyalty, family, and survival. These new adjustments in Kristina are creating an underground storm, not just within her but within the entire Port Charles community. She becomes the focal point of suspicious looks while still playing the role of the loyal daughter, sweet granddaughter, and trustworthy friend. But inside, Kristina has changed. She no longer retreats. She moves forward, and every step she takes leaves behind cold footprints that only those who have walked through the darkness, like Jason, can recognize. Port Charles is facing a new shock, a change no one was prepared for. If Kristina has truly crossed that line, the question is no longer, can she turn back, but who will be the next target in her efforts to protect what she believes is right? The deaths may continue, quietly, coldly, and the crimes Kristina leaves behind may be the steep price for her absolute loyalty to the father she loves more than anything. But at some point, when the truth is exposed, the whole town will have to ask, is Kristina protecting her family, or has she become the most terrifying enemy within the Corinthos family itself?